We are the Roane County High School cheerleaders here at ORUD warming up for tonight's big game. We are Kingston. We are Kingston. We are Kingston. We are Kingston.
ORUD has exciting new appliance incentives to offer your family. Buy appliances and get rewarded. It's as simple as that. Learn more about how much you can save at ORUD.org. You can save over $1,000 on your annual utility bills when you make the switch to natural gas for heating, cooking, and clothes drying.
Natural gas is affordable, reliable, and safe. We are proud to offer our customers a product that saves money, provides consistent service, and is a clean energy source.
ORUD is your one-stop shop. We sell and install gas appliances for our customers and make it easy to add to your bill with our 0% interest financing.
You can make the game-winning play by switching to natural gas this football season. ORUD is your affordable energy choice.
Let's rewind the clock. And there we go. Let's rewind the clock to 364 days ago. Region 2 Single A had only one conclusion known for sure through 10 weeks of high school football. Coalfield had won a regular season region title. Who was second? Who was third? Who was fourth? We wouldn't know until the end of that night. Oakdale had a decisive game against Greenback, while Oliver Springs tried clinging on to playoff hopes with a game at home against Midway. The Bobcats entered into that game with just a 2-5 record, but the two wins were region wins. OS needed to beat the Green Wave, but also needed Greenback to beat Oakdale to avoid a three-way tie scenario, which would see them as the odd team out. In Larry Green's final game as head coach, Oliver Springs held up its end of the bargain. All eyes went to Morgan County, where the Eagles knocked off the Cherokees for only the second time in school history in an instant classic, 16-14. Tyler Harper was on that Oliver Springs staff that made almost a miraculous turnaround. Now he's the head coach, and his team has made an actual miraculous turnaround. Entering into the season with 4 straight losses, and now the Bobcats know they'll host a playoff game next week. The end of the season momentum showed what was possible, and this year's team went out and got it. Now it's Midway looking for that spark to carry into the offseason under first-year head coach Justin O'Toole. His team is young, and the season has been brutal, but the record and final scores aren't exactly indicative of what this team is made of. The Green Wave has been looking for a 4-quarter performance, and when they get it, they're going to show what is possible, just like Oliver Springs did last season. Can they get that boost tonight against the team that used them for it just one season ago? We'll find out tonight on the OEB Law Game of the Week, day or night, 24/7. Someone will be there to answer and give you a free consultation and get to work on your case immediately. Call 865-546-1111 or visit the website full of helpful information, wreckintoacheck.com. That's OEB Law. I'm Aaron Harvey, joined once again by my impervious colleague, Coach James Hoot Gibson, and we welcome you into the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show as we are live from the Emerald Forest south of the river. We are at Midway, where Oliver Springs is in town. You know, that turnaround for Oliver Springs has been outstanding, but the Bobcats are coming off of a 50-0 loss against Coalfield. That kind of game can be deflating or inspiring. Midway's playing with house money. Is this a potential trap game for Oz?
It really is, as long as Midway is healthy. This is a classic Roane County matchup. It's a big rivalry game, so hey, anything can happen down here tonight.
Anything can happen, and we are looking forward to seeing it. As you can see on the screen now, it is senior night here at Midway, so the seniors on this Midway team will be I don't see any football players out there because, okay, guys, this is a young Midway team. They don't have a whole lot of seniors, but they will have something extra to play for tonight. And we will talk about playoff scenarios, and we'll preview this game tonight when we get back to your Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show on the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
The Harriman Utility Board works hard to ensure reliable electric power is delivered to our service area. Recurring tree trimming and maintenance is essential to preventing unplanned outages caused by falling trees. HUB crews are constantly at work during the peak growing season and respond rapidly to storm damage. As partners in our community, we urge customers to be aware of the importance of electric line right-of-way management. Find out more about current right-of-way policies at our website, hub-tn.com.
Your grandmother's fine china, those trendy sneakers, your collection of hand-carved duck decoys. Auto Owners protects your home. Because, well, somebody should. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Oh, now you do your job.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy Mae Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy Mae Martin for all your real estate needs.
When should you get tested for COVID-19? You have symptoms of COVID-19, such as runny nose, congestion, sore throat, fever, cough, shortness of breath, muscle pain, headache, chills, or loss of taste or smell. Current testing recommendations say everyone should get tested immediately if they have symptoms of COVID-19. If you have symptoms, be sure to follow recommendations about how long to stay home and away from others. For more information, visit our If You Are Sick or Test Positive webpage.
"1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
And welcome back into the OEB Law Game of the Week and the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Elaine Walden can take care of you. Almost $8 million in sales in October alone. Over $20 million in sales for her career. She's been in it for over 5 years. And you don't have those kind of numbers unless you know what you're doing, and that is what Elaine Walden has going for her.
Yeah, guys, if you're out there and you're on the fence about potentially buying your new home, don't think too much longer because interest rates are about to go through the roof. So if you want to buy a home, now is the time. Do not wait until 2023. Interest rates are going to go high. So give Elaine Walden a phone call, 423-334-0070.
Yeah, that's right. Interest rates going up, try to combat inflation. And so until inflation gets under control, you might see the Fed keep trying to raise those interest rates just a little bit to try to bring our buying power down. Like, that's the purpose of raising the rates for the Fed, to keep us from spending money. So, yeah, spend it now.
That's it. Spend it now before it takes too much more of it.
That's right. So, we've got to talk about playoff scenarios. There's quite a bit on the line in Week 11. Let's talk about one scenario that's already been realized. Last night, Farragut beat Bearden in their annual rivalry game, 28-21. That win guaranteed a home game in the first round of the playoffs, but it also makes it possible for the Admirals to win a region championship if Maryville were to fall tonight against Bradley Central. Now, I don't see that happening, but if it did, it would create a three-way tie between the Rebels, Bearden, and the Bears. In that case, Bradley Central would finish second, believe it or not, Maryville third, and Bearden fourth. Could you imagine coming in second in Region 1, and it's like, oh, welcome, you got Maryville.
Yeah.
That's your home games against Maryville.
Fourth place Bearden. I mean,
yeah, exactly. So, if Maryville wins as expected, though, the Rebels claim another region championship, followed by Farragut, Bearden, and Bradley Central. I would tell you who each of these teams would potentially play in the first round, but there are far too many scenarios for Region 1 6A. We can tell you that either Dobbins-Bennett and Science Hill will finish first or second because they play tonight. And then we can also tell you that Jefferson County and Westridge play tonight, while Morristown East plays William Blount. The Governors are out of it, but the other three are vying for the final two spots, and that William Blount game actually does matter. So it's a little complicated up there. So you'll be able to find all that out later. And I'm sure tonight on the Friday Night School Board Show from the Free Medical Clinic, Cox and Queener will have some more information on that for you. Another game last night had playoff implications as Brainerd knocked off Signal Mountain 36-24 in Region 3 3A. That region had 8 different scenarios entering last night. But now that's been cut in half. Kingston's on the road tonight at Loudon. The school sport identical 5-4 records. If the Yellow Jackets win,
big game.
Yeah, they finish third no matter what else happens. If they lose, they're out. McMinn Central plays at Sweetwater. The winner of that game is finishing first. The other would finish second unless Loudon and Sweetwater both win, in which case Loudon would actually finish second and McMinn Central would finish third. For every other scenario, though, the winner of McMinn Central and Sweetwater wins the region and the loser finishes second. The winner of the Kingston-Loudon game finishes third, while the loser sits the postseason out. That is a wide range of scenarios.
Too much arithmetic for me.
Yeah, I mean, look there. You got Kingston, Brainerd, and Signal Mountain all sitting at 1 and 3.
Kingston's got to get a big win tonight over Loudon, and the Jim Hoop gets some Memorial Bowl. That's a big game, and a lot of Kingston people's going to be showing out for that one.
Yeah, that is going to be a big game tonight in Loudon. As far as Region 4, who Region 3 would match up with in playoffs, all those scenarios wrapped up last night as all 3 games that potentially mattered were played yesterday. Giles County has won the region. Sequatchie County finishes second. And let's see.
Giles County, this region could be totally knocked out after the first round.
Yeah, you think so?
Giles County is the only team that I can see upsetting a team out of the other region.
Well, obviously, out of those 3A teams, the one that we have seen this season is Kingston. So if Kingston wins tonight, that would put them at the 3rd seed, and they would travel to Dunlap to take on Sequatchie County next week.
Yeah, and in that matchup, I'm going with Kingston.
So there you go.
Yeah, could be a pretty big opportunity. This game tonight for Kingston is, you bold this game. This is a huge game for that program. Let's get out there and get a win tonight.
All right, so that is Coach James Hoot Gibson. I am Aaron Harvey, and this is your Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. We'll talk about some more playoff scenarios when we get back to your OEB Law Game of the Week.
You need a vehicle that works just as hard as you do. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we make those rugged everyday tasks a little easier so you can enjoy life in this new 2022 Ford Edge all-wheel drive, $41,990. 2022 Ford XLT four-wheel drive Explorer, $51,210. 2022 F-150 4x4 Super Crew, $59,954. Local you trust, hard-working vehicles you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
On-Site Care, now located in Kingston, is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. On-Site Care accepts most major insurance plans and offers affordable self-pay options as well. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach, to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Thank you.
The national anthem tonight, performed by the Midway High School Marching Band. Wonderful rendition of that. You made a comment just a second ago. How many single A teams across the state of Tennessee have a band? And
yeah.
It's not many.
Especially 22 members. I mean, that's pretty awesome. And they did a really good job. Got a good band director down there, so that's really good to see. Whenever you see a good, healthy band, usually means you got a healthy school.
Yeah. And I can say that the reputation for Midway School is very high.
Yeah, this is a good place down here, man.
Yeah.
Good place to raise your kids and quality education down here, and it's just a really good family atmosphere down here.
Yeah, so let's get off of that, though, and let's tell everybody that this is the Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Elaine Walden, Morgan County gal herself, does business all over the
5-star rating. Everybody out there knows what 5-star is.
On Zillow.
On Zillow. She's got a 5-star rating, guys. She's made a lot of families happy. She's helped them navigate this stressful situation, what is called real estate acquisition. So, guys, if you're out there and you're in need of any kind of selling your property, buying some property, you're not having luck with your current realtor, you need to give Elaine Walden a phone call, guys. She's the best out there. 423-619-6748. Get your cell phone out, hold it up there to the screen, and take a picture of that. And look her up and give her a call later, tomorrow, whenever, and ask her if she can help you guys, because trust us when we tell you it's a stressful situation and she can really help navigate it for you.
Yeah, so that's Coach James Hoot Gibson. I'm Aaron Harvey. This is your OEB Law Game of the Week. We are at Midway tonight, where Oliver Springs is in town for this region battle. But let's keep talking about playoff scenarios, and let's look at Class 4A now. Anderson County will look to finish the season undefeated tonight against Scott High, but that game doesn't matter. AC's already claimed a region crown. Gibbs hosts South Doyle tonight, and Carter plays Fulton. Okay, those two games will determine the rest of the finishing order. If Gibbs and Carter both win, then Gibbs finishes second, Carter third, Fulton fourth. If Carter and South Doyle win, then it's AC 1, Carter 2, Fulton 3, and South Doyle 4. Any other outcome, and it's AC, Fulton, Gibbs, and Carter. All 4 of those teams except South Doyle can finish second. Gibbs can finish second, third, or even miss the playoffs. Carter and Fulton can finish second, third, or fourth. How about that for a nutty Week 11?
Gibbs is sweating bullets tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Gibbs, most likely scenarios to finish second.
Third to fifth, right?
Yeah, third to fifth.
Ooh.
And I would say Gibbs has had a pretty good season, like better than usual season for them.
Up and down, you know, 4 and 5, 5 and 4?
They're 5 and 4 right now.
So, yeah, up and down. But, yeah, they did have some tough games this year.
All right, so now let's go to 5A. Central plays West tonight. If Central were to pull off the monumental upset, the Bobcats would win the region, believe it or not. Do you think the season that West has had, you beat Alcoa, you beat Maryville, and you don't win your region?
In the mouth by Central.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Central would be...
Yeah, it's possible, but highly unlikely. So instead, let's look at the other scenarios. Sevier County plays Cott County tonight. Sevier County should win, but again, there could be a monumental upset, but just don't think that that's going to happen. So then we're going to assume that those 2 games go chalk the way that we think they're going to. That moves all of the attention to Halls versus Heritage tonight. Halls only has 1 win on the season, but the Red Devils have gotten better and better as it's gone on. Heritage, on the other hand, kind of been a little hard to put a finger on. For instance, 2 weeks ago against the Mountaineers, they got a huge 16-13 win against Sevier County, but last week they lost to Lenore City 38-21. Whichever team wins tonight between Heritage and Halls will get the 4th seed. Again, barring a monumental upset. Central would finish 3rd, Sevier County 2nd, West, of course, 1st. Halls Heritage should be a great game tonight. And as far as Region 1 goes, Cherokee plays Tennessee High. David Crockett plays Richlands of Virginia. Cherokee would have to pull off a pretty major upset, and David Crockett would also have to win to create drama in that region. Otherwise, Daniel Boone finishes 1st, Morristown West 2nd, Tennessee 3rd, and David Crockett 4th. So
a lot of scenarios.
A lot of scenarios there. In single and double A, it's a lot easier to tell you what could happen. Because in single A, Region 2, all eyes are on Oakdale and Greenback tonight, which it was kind of that way last year as well. The winner's going to finish 3rd, the loser 4th. Coalfield and Oakdale finishing 1st and 2nd, respectively, anyway. As far as their opponents, Coalfield will have a home game next week against North Green. Oliver Springs will host Cosby. The Greenback Oakdale winner will travel to Unaka, and the loser will have to make the trip to Cloudland. In Double A Region 2, Rockwood plays York and Monterey plays Wartburg. If York wins, the Dragons finish 1st, Monterey 2nd, Rockwood 3rd, and Oneida 4th. However, if Rockwood were to beat York tonight, they'll be looking for the score of the other game. A Wartburg upset would make the Tigers region champions.
Man, wow. that would be crazy.
That would be nuts. Yeah, so Rockwood would win a region if Wartburg were able to pull off that upset.
Let's go Wartburg.
Yeah, so I guess I'm a big fan of chaos.
That's a trap game right there.
Yeah.
Wartburg's playing some pretty good ball right now.
Yeah, it could be. So, if I had to guess right now, I think the Tigers probably going to lose on the road tonight, and that would create the following first-round matchups next week. Oneida would go to Hampton, Rockwood would go to South Green, Monterey would host Happy Valley, and York would have a home game against Cumberland Gap. So, again, that's if it goes down the way we think it will.
Man, everybody's rooting for Wartburg tonight.
Yeah, I love chaos. Bring it on. Yeah. And then Rockwood would be back-to-back region champs.
Yeah, man.
That'd be huge for them.
And heading into Single A next year, as you just were region champs in 2. Come on, man.
So those are the playoff scenarios that we wanted to talk about tonight. Now we got to talk about this Midway Oliver Springs game. As you could just hear the crowd a moment ago, just going crazy. Like I had to raise my voice. You think it's week 11. Midway's won 2 games this year, but that's how loud the crowd is anyway. So they've got a lot of support.
Communities coming out to support these seniors. The last time that they, 5 seniors. It's a very young football team. But this whole community comes out to support their own, and it don't matter what the record is, they're going to come out and support this bunch.
It's been a rather tumultuous year for Midway. Coming off a 6-win regular season that ended in the second round of the playoffs, head coach Ron Treadway stepped down last season. The next head coach was announced this spring as Joe Campbell. Campbell coached a previous stint with Midway that lasted 4 years. His next stint wouldn't even last 4 months, as Campbell, a 2000 graduate of Midway, resigned over the summer. Well, this left the administration in need to quickly hire a coach before the school year started, and they hired from within. Justin O'Toole, who's been on the staff for several years, was promoted to head coach. O'Toole, also a graduate from the school, was excited to take over. His season started out with a bang as his alma mater got a road victory against Sail Creek, a team that is playoff bound in Region 3. The final score was 22-14. The next week, it was an away game against Lakeway Christian, a private school in Morristown. As probably expected, the outcome was a blowout loss, 48-7. Week 3 had an away game against Oakdale on the schedule. The Eagles were fresh off of finishing second in the region the previous season and opened up the 22 campaign with back-to-back 60-point performances. This young Midway team not only went toe-to-toe that night, they nearly won it, leading going into the fourth quarter 14-0. However, after an Oakdale score and 2 interceptions leading to scores, the Eagles got away with a 24-14 victory. A couple weeks later, Wartburg was in town. Midway scored first, going up 7-0. At halftime, it trailed 14-7. The final score, though, was 26-7. A couple weeks after that, this team went to Harriman. It was 14-all at halftime. Midway led in the third quarter 22-20, but found themselves down 28-22 as the fourth quarter began, and the final score of that game ended up being 43-22. The next week, Coach O'Toole got his second career win when his team defeated Some Right 33-18. What I'm trying to get across is that Midway is not as bad of a team as the record would indicate. This team is young but talented and growing.
Yeah, Midway's, anytime that you look at a Midway team, the way that I've always kind of gauged them is most of the time if their record is below 500, it's because they have less than 25 players on the roster. Anytime Midway is really good, challenging, for that number 1, number 2 spot in the region, they normally have above 25 on the roster. And I think what is the issue this year is just lack of bodies.
And it very well could be, as we see the coin toss on the field. Looks like Midway has won the toss. Let's see what the Green Wave elects to do. Midway will receive it to start this game. So let's talk about that offense a little bit. Brennan Reed is the team's quarterback. He's a sophomore. Mason Tate is the team's starting running back. He's a freshman. One of the leading wide receivers is Peyton Steele, a sophomore. This team has nowhere to go but up from here.
Yeah, it really does. Very young team, very talented squad. A team that could jump up and challenge for that number 1, number 2 position next year if they can just get a good grasp on the coaching situation here and just really get a good familiarity with what he's trying to do.
So Oliver Springs coming off a 50-0 loss against Coalfield last week. Despite that setback, the Bobcats are playoff bound and will host the first round next week. What's Coach Tyler Harper's focus tonight beyond trying to get out of here with no injuries?
Consistency. Work on what you do, but you want to see some consistency out of your bunch heading into the first round next week. So I'm sure Coach Harper has been doing a lot of film work this week with his bunch.
As we get set to watch the Midway Green Wave come through, they rip through the paper for the last time for 5 seniors and the final time this season. The Green Waves want to send shockwaves through their program, and the Bobcats want to end the season on a high note. What are the keys for both of these teams tonight?
For Midway, they have got to force a couple turnovers. They're going to have to win in the passing game. For Oliver Springs, they're going to have to win in the trenches and have a big night in the running game.
All right, so that's Coach James Hoot Gibson. I want to thank you for joining us for our Lane Walden of East Tennessee Properties pregame show. Again, give her a call, 423-334-0070 or 423-619-6748. Save those numbers and use them if you're wanting to buy a house, maybe the first one you've ever had. There's no better time than now. Get on it. That is Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties. As now we get set for our Davis Funeral Homes kickoff. Davis Funeral Homes with 2 locations to serve you in Harriman and in Wartburg. Go to davisfuneralhomes.com to see what all services they can offer you. All right, getting set to kick this one is Liam Bokey for Oliver Springs. Back deep to receive for Midway is Bryson Human, and looks like Tate Mason.
Brennan, number 2.
Oh, I'm sorry. That is Brennan Reed.
Short kick.
And it is taken by Oliver Springs.
Wow. They can't advance it. But that clearly hit the Oliver Springs, or the Midway player first. Oliver Springs coming up. Big turnover there. You can't come out with a better start than that.
No, you cannot.
Onside kick. Now, we did see him do that a couple times against Cofield.
Yeah. And just being honest with you, you might see Midway do that later in this game as well.
Might have to.
They had 2 successful onside kick recoveries earlier this season. At least 2.
For some options here.
So for Oliver Springs on this Hammers first down, it's a handoff to Jackson. Jackson's going to pass it, and a man wide open. It's Williford, Dawson Williford, who's into the end zone for the touchdown. Just like that, the Oliver Springs Bobcats put 6 on the board. And that is a John Mark Wendell touchdown 16 seconds into this ball game.
Great call by the offensive coordinator of Oliver Springs, throwing everybody knew was coming up. There was no safety deep. Everybody was short, expecting run because Oliver Springs hasn't thrown hardly all year long. And first thing you do is a halfback pass for a touchdown.
Yeah, you get your throwing quarterback back in Kane Googe, and
helps.
Yeah, but then you don't even use him to throw this touchdown pass.
It's a lot like Tennessee using Preston Fant. Oliver Springs got some talented guys over there.
That's right. So Oliver Springs late running someone on as they will attempt this extra point, and it's Liam Bokey. Williford to hold, and that kick is up, and it's through. So with 11:44 left to go in this first quarter, just 16 seconds into it, it's Oliver Springs leading over Midway 7-0 on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Really? Again? Hey. If I had automotive-style suspension like the new Simplicity, plus a free-floating mower deck for the best cut, I'd be all that, too.
Well...
And if I had the expertise and advice of his Simplicity dealer, maybe he'd look forward to hanging out with me.
You don't have a Simplicity dealership.
Good point. Huh.
Yeah.
Evans Mortuary has been...
Welcome back into your OEB Law Game of the Week. I am Aaron Harvey, joined by James Hoot Gibson. As you see this kickoff here, this is exactly how we started the game when there was 12 minutes on the clock. And now there's 11:44 left on the clock. And here we are again with the Davis Funeral Home kickoff. This time, Bokey is going to kick this one up into the air. And it is taken at the 28-yard line. And up to about the 30, and that's where Midway will have the Hammers first down.
Man, what some serious drive for Oliver Springs with 2 plays, an onside kick, and a halfback pass.
Yeah, and here's a look at it.
Bit on that pass.
Cole Jackson threw that one deep, and Williford was there all by himself.
Great play by the wide receiver of Oliver Springs.
So now, after that Davis Funeral Home kickoff, we have a Hammers first down. And here is, let's see who they tried to give that to. Buckner, Braden Buckner on the carry. And no gain on the play. We'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Defensive line there for Oliver Springs doing a really good job getting off of a block, meeting the running back in the backfield.
Now, Brennan Reed is the quarterback tonight. You'll see him there, number 2. He is normally, for Midway, the leading rusher. But he can also throw the football. But Midway is mostly going to try to run the ball tonight. As you see on the second down, they try running it again, and nothing do it, as that Oliver Springs line was ready for it. On the carry that time for Midway looked like Austin Henderson.
Oliver Springs playing their best football here late in the season. Had a bad showing against Cofield, but a lot of teams have had a bad showing against Cofield.
Yeah, Oliver Springs was held to less than 50 yards of total offense in that game.
Just pure dominating.
So here's Reed taking the shotgun snap. Now quickly going to fire this one out. That pass is complete.
What a catch.
Yeah, by Tate Mason, the freshman, but he is immediately brought down for a loss. And now to bring up 4th and long.
Man, what a catch.
Pass was a little high.
A little high, and he fingertipped that ball and held on with contact. That's a heck of a play by that guy.
So Lyric Prenzy is in to punt. Prenzy, one of the 5 seniors on this team, and a female. And this punt is a wobbly spiral. Takes a Green Wave bounce and goes out of bounds.
Big number 71 for Oliver Springs, almost blocking the punt.
Yep. Just about got there. That's Tyler Phillips.
Having that kind of pressure right in your face can really have a short kick. So that was actually a pretty good job getting that kick off.
Ball spotted at the Midway 43-yard line. That's where Oliver Springs will have a Hammers first down.
Empty formation for the Oliver Springs Bobcats.
Kane Googe in that shotgun formation sends a man in motion. And that is the man who had to play quarterback for most of the year. And look at him go.
Look here.
That is Dakota Adkins, and he's still on his feet, down to about the 25-yard line.
Razzle dazzle.
Pickup of about 18 that
Juke
time.
and spin move. A little bit of everything right here. Wow.
Yeah, with Kane Googe out, Adkins had to play quarterback.
I mean, it changes up a whole new element to the Oliver Springs team, who is already starting to have some success.
Yeah.
So look for them to potentially make some pretty good noise in the playoffs.
And we got a flag on the play. It's going to be a false start on Oliver Springs. That'll cost them 5 yards. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. It's an offsides. I messed up.
Oliver Springs going to the huddle. Going to try to slow down that football game. Coming back out, 20 personnel, 2 running backs, 0 tight ends.
Mason Day in the backfield with Adkins. Here's Googe, drops back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, being pursued, rolling to his left. Gets rid of this one, and that pass is incomplete.
Close.
Yeah, really close, as it was Jackson Jett trying to come back on that route.
Jackson Jett is one of those guys that can, I mean, he's got great hands. That's a very challenging pass coming out here. He was catching it out of bounds, and it looked like he kept both feet in there on the try.
That makes it 2nd and 5.
Oliver Springs has got some guys, man.
They've got some guys indeed. So split back formation again for Googe. 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field, 1 to the near. Handoff goes to Adkins. Adkins looks for running room. He has it. He's got the first down. And down inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line. And it will be a Hammers 1st and goal for Oliver Springs.
Tackle made by number 12, Tate Mason, a freshman again. Already having his presence known here tonight. A lot of football ahead of him.
Yeah, this Midway team is young, and this experience is invaluable.
Yeah, you get beat up on some early when you have a lot of youth on the football roster, but it is really beneficial to get those guys a lot of quality reps against tough competition because, man, it really improves their game.
So Googe, same formation. Handoff goes to Mason Day. Day tries to break it to the outside, and he's wrestled down at the 5. Excellent tackle that time for Midway by Austin Henderson.
Austin Henderson looking like he's roped a few calves in his lifetime.
You know a little thing about that.
South of the river. This is cattle paradise down here. coming up, running through the stiff arm to secure the tackle. That was a great job by the young Midway defender there.
So now Oliver Springs is going to come out in an I formation, an offset I formation. Adkins, the tailback. Googe fakes the handoff to the fullback, keeps it himself, and now having to run ahead, picks up about 2, and it's going to be 3rd and goal.
Drop down to the center of the midway line. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 2.
So, good defense again that time by Midway.
Boy, Oliver Springs has got some guys up front. A lot of beef up front. Once they start to get some control on that line of scrimmage, they can really start to take over, and that's kind of what they're trying to do right here.
Lining up in a inverted wishbone kind of look now, and the handoff goes to the fullback, Cole Jackson, and Jackson is stopped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss, and it's 4th down now.
Look like Braden Robinson first met in the play right at the line of scrimmage. The senior, one of the few seniors.
Now Oliver Springs going to go for this one. So this would be a huge stop early in this game for Midway. As Googe under center again. Pitch goes out to the right to Adkins. Adkins makes a couple guys miss and gets to the end zone for the John Mark Wendell touchdown.
Adkins refusing to go down until he reaches the end zone. What a run by the Oliver Springs Bobcat running back.
Yeah, Midway had an opportunity to get him. They just didn't do it.
Wasn't able to break down, keep contained, and he juked him out, run back inside.
Yeah, Jackson's an athlete.
Had plenty of lead blockers to collapse the edge, beat your contained man.
The extra point is up, and it is good. So Oliver Springs takes the lead with 5:24 left to go in the first quarter of your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Welcome back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Karen Harvey now joined by Tim Elrod of OEB Law. And down here in the Emerald Forest, just taking a good single A Region 2 game.
You know, it's definitely a clash of environments for me, being at Bearden High School last night for the Bearden-Farragut game and being here in the Emerald Forest. And I'll tell you, I wouldn't trade this for the world.
No.
This is, you know, I'm so happy to see. You know, you talk about tonight's game, Oliver Springs has come out and, wow, you know, the onside kick, immediate score, and fortunately for Midway, that one got into the end zone.
Yeah,
so
switching it up a little bit because he had the onside kick to start it, and then you had like a little pooch kick, and then you kicked that one deep when Midway's returners kind of, you know, came up a little bit.
You know, what was it, a year, 2 years ago we were here and Midway was really up and they were doing good, and, you know, to see them you know, struggling a little bit tonight. You know, those guys got a bright future ahead of them. I understand they're all young. And the same could be said for Oliver Springs, too. Very young team. Last week, you know, they kind of took one from Cofield. He got out of there. Let's see if we can complete
and
it.
And Brennan Reed, that pass is complete.
There you go.
Getting up the sidelines for Midway. That's Tate Mason, a freshman on this team.
Right, so Oliver Springs last week takes one from Cofield, no doubt about that. But Oliver Springs certainly in a playoff position, if I'm not wrong.
They're hosting a playoff game next week.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome for them because, as we all know, last season was kind of tough for them, maybe. So it's good to see them rebounding this year. and have a lot of energy, and that's what I like about high school sports is you don't know what you're going to get on Friday night sometimes.
You do not. No, so Oliver Springs, as we get ready to see this Hammers first down, Oliver Springs was in a 3-way tie at the end of last season. And here's Brennan Reed still on his feet, crosses the 50, still on his feet, gets to the 30, to the 20, to the 10,
house.
Won't be caught. It's a John Mark Wendell touchdown Midway.
And they called that when you look at that Chuck Flashman replay, if that's who it is tonight.
It is. You're good.
You look at that replay, number 10 just kind of slowed down. He threw up his hands, and it was a great acting job, and he deserves an Emmy for that one or a Oscar or something, but that was I don't know.
Oh man. So Midway,
back it comes. Let's see here, he just decided to keep it. He had nobody open downfield. He tucks it, and then suddenly we make that cut. Well, maybe it was a little bit more than I thought, but come on.
That's still tough.
Midway certainly needed those points back, and you hate any time they take points off the board, but this year it seems like the referees have called it really tight across East Tennessee from what I've seen. So
that goes from a touchdown to a first down and 15.
Well,
and here's
maybe,
Reed.
and look at Midway go with the passing attack.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So that goes out to Braden Buckner.
Wasn't their first series 3 plays up the gut and
punt.
Some kind of punt?
Yep, that was it.
Well, it's good to see them. I guess they've abandoned the three runs up the gut and trying to test the edges. That surprises me that they're getting those chunk plays with the speed that Oliver Springs has on those corners back there.
Sometimes this football thing it's a chess match. You try to come out, do something, you've got something planned, you go off a script or whatever. Well, then the defense looks at that and they're like, oh, okay, so here's what we're going to do the next possession. And then the offense comes out and hits them with something completely different. And that's what's happened here with Midway.
Yeah, they've spread it out. 3 up top, 1 down low. Got them spread out. They're just encouraged to throw, and they will.
Yeah, and here's Reed looking for blockers.
And he's going to get 5 yards or so.
Yeah. That's Tate Mason, that freshman again. That'll bring up 2nd and 5.
And both these teams, again, I think they're loaded with freshmen and sophomores, and there's just very few seniors on either one of these teams. So, maybe what Midway's doing tonight is finding a new identity, and you're sitting here watching, if they can't run the ball, then they're going to try to pass, and they've had some success, so I wouldn't see why they wouldn't stop doing that.
So under 4 to play in this first quarter. Midway with a pretty good looking drive right here.
A really good looking drive. They had 6 points come off the board.
Yeah. 2 wideouts to either side. Here's Reed, rolls to his right.
I mean, good form on him. He's just going to tuck it, pick up his first down, get down. Ooh, good hit there. And Oliver Springs making sure he's out of bounds and on the ground.
Yeah, so Reed gets up ahead to about the 35-yard line. That is enough for another Hammers first down. As you see, Reed dropped back to pass. Didn't see anything on this Chuck Flashman replay. So
no, that was really good field awareness. He took it. He got what the defense gave him, and Oliver Springs was certainly there to clean it up at the end, but Midway's definitely got a sustained drive going, and that's always good to see.
Yeah, think about how close Midway was to stopping Oliver Springs before they scored that last touchdown.
Yeah, they bowed their neck pretty good down there inside the 10 in the red zone, and just an elusive play at the end that got Oliver Springs into the pay dirt.
So here is Reed on a design run, and he will be sacked for a loss of 2, it looks like.
I think Oliver Springs had enough of that.
Yeah.
So I think they put a spy on that quarterback. Maybe they'll make him pass a little bit more than a designed run there.
Yeah, you see on that replay, the Chuck Flashman replay, Thomas Albert, big number 72 for Oliver Springs, came up in the line and kind of made Reed reverse his field there, where he ran into a bunch of Bobcats.
And Oliver Springs is no joke on that line. I mean, you look at their 2 ends, there's some beef there.
Oh, yeah, they're beefy.
Yeah.
Big old beefy boys.
Beefy boys. Where's the Crooked Creek Farms beef man?
He'll be back.
I'm sure. Yes, I know he will.
So here's Reed. Takes the shotgun snap, looking, steps up in the pocket again. Now he's going to let go again. Gets to the 30, has his first down, and a flag comes out.
Now, I don't know about that one. It looked like he got around him and got in front of him, but, the referee probably had a great angle on it, better than we do, but let's see what they come up with.
Boy, that would be 2 really big plays brought back for Midway with penalties.
Yeah, that would be 2. Personal foul. What is that?
And it's a crackback block.
Oh, come on.
Let's see if we can see it on this Chuck Fleischman replay.
Let us see it. So he gets out of the pocket. He's made a good move there. 25 messes. Now, come on. Is that a crackback block, really? He saw him coming. That's a little extra. Here we go for Midway. Those are tough ones to handle there, but I still think Midway has a lot working for them.
So that brings back a first down. Instead, we're going to have about 2nd and 16. Reed takes a snap, rolls to his right, gets rid of it.
Pass on the flat has worked for them the whole time.
Yeah, and that pass was complete to Mason.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, Tate.
If Oliver Springs is not picking up that play, or maybe Midway's just disguising it at the line really well, but those flat passes seem to be working.
Yeah, that time picks up about 5, makes it 3rd and 11. Mason Day with a tackle there for Oliver Springs.
I don't think Midway's in field goal range.
No.
Okay.
I will say, though, Midway has a sensational kicker. Her name is Sierra Cowell.
That's awesome.
She's a senior on this team.
I remember her from 2 years ago, last time we were here.
Yep.
Is she a senior?
She's a senior this year.
Well, I should let her kick one from here.
Just try it.
Yeah.
Reed takes a snap, feels pressure from the outside, steps up in the pocket. What a move by Reed. And Reed gets across the 30 down to about the 29-yard line.
He was juking and jiving through there. He was like a thread through a needle right there. He really made some great moves. Look at that. One hand on him.
That right there.
2, 3, 4. And then the one guy comes back. So what a great play. What a great play. I wonder if
That's about 4th and 4.
4th and 4.
As we near the 1 minute to go mark in this first quarter.
Well, I want to think Midway's got 4. Let's see what they got. They got them all in there tight. Looks like he's changing the play. Oliver Springs is going to stick in their defense, and we're going to get a timeout. Maybe they just wanted to get a look at that Oliver Springs defense, but they were all packed in there around the ball as compared to spreading them out as they've done this whole drive.
Maybe so. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. And while you wait for this timeout to end, visit PattersonAppliances.com to shop online for quality home appliances today.
So, listen, it's been a great season with you all. I hope we can get a playoff game.
Oh, me too.
You guys are a great team to work with, from the cameramen to Brad to you guys. What a great team effort. We're very proud, to be associated with it and partner up with you guys and, bring this great stuff to the community. I mean, you're really bringing memories to the community, and, when people can't make it to the game, they tune in, I can assure you of that. So, I certainly thank you all and want to thank all the viewers out there as well, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook or any of the multiple platforms that Brad broadcasts this out on BBB 12. We sure do appreciate that and absolutely want to see you back for next year.
Well, that's very nice of you, Tim. Thank you. And here is Reed. Reed's pass is complete
and more.
Still going.
He wanted that, no doubt about it. He wanted that.
Tate Mason picks up the Hammers first down. On that note, I'm not saying this just because, you're our title sponsor, but, we're proud to have you on as a title sponsor as well. It's just good that we don't have somebody out there we got to worry about that's going to, get us in trouble later. I'm not concerned that OEB Law is going to get in trouble for embezzling money or anything like that. We know we're safe and we have a great name attached to us. So we thank you for that as well.
We work hard for that, and I appreciate those comments, as does everybody at my firm. And we're just high school football. You got to love it.
Here is Reed.
He's shaking back there. He's looking for that.
What a move, but he lost the football.
He lost the football. He got stripped at the last minute, and the drive ends there.
Wow. Really good things for Midway that time, though.
6 points off the board, a huge first down, and he just lost the ball. He was just too loose with the ball. He lost his situational awareness, and they took it.
Yeah.
And they took it. But that's a tough one to swallow for Midway. Like I said, 6 points off the board. First down, huge play right there on a questionable crackback block. Another goodness. But yet they drove it all the way down there. So, I think they did probably figure something out. And maybe next time they get the ball, they'll have something to do with it. But Oliver Springs has got it now. And let's see if they can put some points on the board.
Stacked wide outs to either side. Gooch takes the snap, handoff, goes up the middle, and this is to Cole Jackson.
Just a real low center of gravity on that run. I love seeing those north-south runners. When they find the hole, they hit the cut, and then they pop into that hole like a bulldozer, and that's just what he looked like. Hit the hole, put his head down, take the hit, get a couple extra yards. Good play.
Yeah, pickup of about 8. If you're going to carry that football out there, you really need to treat it like it is a big steak from Crooked Fork Farms.
Absolutely.
You don't want anybody slapping that thing out of your hands.
No, you don't, because that's good meat.
And that is how the first quarter will come to a close. Oliver Springs leads this one 14-0, stopping a Midway drive just short of the end zone. And just want to say once again how great it's been to have you on board with us all season long, and we are happy to have this partnership with you.
Happy to do it. Look forward to listening to the scoreboard after the game with Mr. Queener and Mr. Cox. I've learned to get a lot of enjoyment out of that. So if you've not tuned into it, you got to hit the free medical clinic Friday night scoreboard up. David and Jonathan do a great job with that. Really knowledgeable. I mean, if you really want to know about high school football and what's going on Friday nights, you tune into that show and you're going to walk away knowing exactly what's going on.
Yeah, you can tell. They've been in this area a long time. Yeah. They know these teams. So thank you a lot for joining us, and hope you enjoy the rest of this one.
All right, man. It's good to see everybody, and we'll see you next time.
All right, thank you.
All right.
And that is Mr. Tim Elrod with OEB Law, and it's been so great to have OEB Law on board with us the last few seasons. And we might be able to, if we can find a playoff game that we really like, that we think the fans might want to enjoy, we might do one of those, because Mr. Elrod's encouraging us to do that. He says he'll take care of us. So we'll keep you up to date on that, and hopefully we can get that going sometime in the postseason. As now we welcome back on to our broadcast Coach James Gibson. You were watching that drive from Midway. What'd you take away from it?
Just a really bad turnover there. You can tell it's youth. How they carry the footballs loose. Eventually that will cause a turnover. So it's just lack of football experience.
So Oliver Springs with the football again, up 2 scores to start this second quarter, 2nd and 2, and now we've got a stoppage in play. Dead ball, false start, Oliver Springs. That'll back them up about 5 yards.
This Midway coaching staff, led by Justin O'Toole, is also assisted by Ron Treadway, Mike Johnson, White Wilson, Jason DeVires, Sean Fox, Preston Fezel, Caleb Burton, Chris Marcy, Kevin Allison. It's a large coaching staff for a single A program. That's going to tell me things must be headed in the right direction.
Yeah, and the head coach from last year is an assistant coach on this staff.
That always helps.
Yeah.
When you have your principal as your assistant.
Here's Kane Gooch. Handoff goes to Jackson. Jackson again up the middle. This time not as big of a gain as he got on first down. Picks up a couple. Bring up 3rd and short.
And Joe Campbell taking the Midway job again. He was down here, I believe, in the early or mid 2015s. And then he left and went to Loudon. Didn't have any success at Loudon, and then Came back to Midway, and then I don't know what happened this last go-around.
Yeah, he went from Loudon. He was actually an assistant at Ray County and left that job to come up here to took the head job here at Midway.
Where'd he go?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know. As here is Googe on the keeper. He picks up the first down. It was really an interesting story because Campbell, we found out, a teaching job came open here at Midway at the first of the year, like around January, and he applied for it and he got it. And so he was like, hey, this is our old coach. He's back. And then Coach Treadway stepped down and said, okay, cool. I'll give you control. And then just 2 months later, he's gone.
That's no wonder this is a youthful team here.
Yeah, and here's Googe throwing that football, and that pass ball is incomplete. That time he was trying to hit Javen Barger.
Sounds like a lot of similarities between that and the Wartburg coaching search.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
It's strange that happened to two different programs so close together.
Mm-hmm. Oliver Springs getting lucky with the early movement there out of the left tackle position.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Tied formation for Oliver Springs, and now we've got another stop. Whistle is blown, and we've got a timeout. Oliver Springs takes this timeout, and this timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Check out the new store at 1067 South Walnut Avenue in Cookeville, now open for business.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring the full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your red into a check.
Back to your OEB Law game of the week. Out of the Oliver Springs timeout. Bobcats have it, 2nd and 10. Let's see if there's any score of interest we can bombard you with. How about Dobbins Bennett, Science Hill? That game, DB up 21-17 over Science Hill in the 2nd quarter.
Steve Spurrier's old stomping grounds, Science Hill.
Here is Googe on 2nd down, looks downfield, has a man, that pass is incomplete. Trying to hit Dawson Williford, young man who scored the first touchdown of the game. How about this at halftime? Maryville leads Bradley Central 13-10.
Wow. It's going to be a game right there. That could throw all kinds of scenarios.
All right, and then I told you, like, okay, well, Maryville's probably going to beat Bradley Central, okay? And then I said, well, Sevier County's probably going to beat Cott County, right? Sevier County, Cott County tied at 14 in the 2nd quarter. Lenoir City and Powell tied at 14 late in the first half.
Wow, the Panthers getting a bite in already.
3rd and 10 for Oliver Springs as Gooch takes a snap, and now quickly, that was a nifty pitch that goes to Adkins. Adkins looks for running room up the field. He has a pretty good gain on the play, but not enough for the first down, so it'll be 4th down for Oliver Springs.
Tate Mason again on the play for the Midway Green Wave. He has been all over the field tonight. Pretty shifty play for Oliver Springs. Read decently well by Midway.
Oliver Springs facing a 4th and 4. They will go for it on their own side of the field.
Watch for a hard count.
Googe with Mason Day in the backfield, tight formation.
Good discipline out of the defensive line of Midway to not jump.
Googe gets the call, and now we've got a timeout, Oliver Springs. So this timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances, proudly serving your community since 1965 because they care.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians. And for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. We're going to try to give you some scores of interest throughout this game, as there is a lot of interest in the scores because so much is on the line with playoffs tonight. You know how I told you that West would probably beat Central? They're up 21-0, so yeah, that's probably going to happen.
I was expecting something there.
No, actually, it's
Getting close
30.
to Halloween.
It's 30-3.
Oh,
yeah. So it's more than even what I said.
I'm telling you, West has got a bunch of guys that's going to be playing on Saturdays.
They've got some dudes. So Oliver Springs still going to go for it on this 4th and 4. Googe hands off to Adkins. Adkins with no room. Midway will take over on downs. Huge stop by the Midway Green Wave. What a play, as we see on the Chuck Fleischman replay. Just a handoff to Adkins. And wow, that is Tate Mason, the freshman, coming up with a huge tackle on Adkins.
5'9". Don't know weight, but I'm going to say about $150, $160. Very talented ball player down here for the Midway Green Wave. Got a lot of football ahead of him. Get that young man in the film room and a weight room, and he's going to be a dandy football player.
So now here is Reed on first down, the Hammers first down. Looks to his left, and now will pass it, and that pass is almost, it wasn't almost intercepted, but that was great defense by Cooper Jones. It was tipped. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. We'll see this on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Good play by Jones there at the linebacker position. We've seen him do that last week against Cofield. Very good hips out of that linebacker there to be able to flip and break up a pass.
And we've got another timeout, this time by the Midway Green Wave. This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. They service what they sell with in-house factory-trained appliance service technicians.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Welcome back to the OEB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey, James Hoot Gibson with you, and want to say thank you to Jason Stiltner for mayor of the town of Oliver Springs. That's proven leadership. So election coming up soon. That is paid for by the candidate, Jason Stiltner for mayor.
Heard we
Town of Oliver
might
Springs.
get some dosage Wildcat, led by Tate Mason. See if they come out any in this first half with it.
Right now, 5 wide for Reed. Reed, under pressure, has to step up in the pocket, and he's going to be sacked. A loss of 3 or 4.
Wrong blocking formation there. If you're going to try to roll out of the pocket there, you got to have your line at least, help out on the left side there. It looked like it was supposed to be a simple back step drop.
So this will bring up 3rd and long. 3rd and about 14, in fact. With 8:21 left to go in this second quarter.
OEB Law does a little bit of everything, guys. Not only wrecking to a check, but they also do criminal law. So if you're out there and you've had any negative experiences that you might need help with, give OEB a call, wreckingtoacheck.com.
5 wide again for Reed. Reed drops back to pass now, fires it away, and that pass is complete down to the 25-yard line. That is to Braden Buckner.
Some great coverage on the play by Dawson Williford. All 6 foot, 151 pounds of him.
Pickup of about 7. We'll make it 4th and 7. Midway obviously going to go for it here. And 5 wide again for Reed.
The quarterback's going to have to step up into the pocket.
Oliver Springs rushes 3, and that pass is complete over the middle to Tate Mason into the end zone for a John Mark Wendell touchdown. I'm looking for a yellow flag. There is not a yellow flag. This one will stand, and Midway cuts it to 8.
Tate Mason coming up huge for the Green Wave. Just like that, we've got a 7-point ball game.
Boy, that kid is talented.
Yeah, he is. He's a lot of these Midway fans have been telling us up here, to be looking out for this kid, that he's played football his entire life and good family background in football. So,
and now Midway's going to take another timeout. So I guess they didn't have the right amount of players on the field, and this is a very important extra point. But anyway, this timeout brought to you by Patterson Appliances. Follow them on Facebook for appliance specials, job postings, and more.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week as Midway has put one on the board, and in to attempt the extra point, the senior Sierra Cowell.
It's a huge extra point here for Midway. Sierra Cowell's kicked a lot of extra points down here. Nails it.
Yep. She's automatic, and that is good. Midway cuts the lead in half. It's now Oliver Springs 14, Green Wave 7 with 7:16 left to play in the first half.
Honey, they're back.
Come on. No. Get out of here. Get out of here. No more. Pat.
A professional-grade lawn is going to attract attention. Simplicity Lawn Tractors.
Back to the OEB Law Game of the Week as we get set for another Davis Funeral Homes kickoff. Midway with a short field after stopping Oliver Springs on first
right
down.
There. Mason Tate does the rest. Look at that. Good footwork. Excited.
Look at him. He's so happy.
He did the Dion.
So here is Cowell with this Davis Funeral Homes kickoff, and it is an onside kick and recovered by Kane Googe. Googe wasn't having it. Now, I'll tell you, Midway has been known to kick a lot of onside kicks this season. They've done it very successfully. Cowell has done a great job at it, but this is a great play by Kane Googe, diving up and getting that. You can tell that young man has seen some film on Midway onside kicks. It's wonderful the way that she does it. It's perfect because she's going to her right.
Yeah, I mean,
and she kicks it to her left.
It's hard to get a lot of college kickers to be able to do that, to be honest with you. So, Sierra Cow doing big things down here.
So here is Googe, handoff now. And on the carry for Oliver Springs is big Dalton Reynolds.
17 on the carry for Oliver Springs. Pick up the time, brings up 2nd and 1.
Run through the arm tackle there.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
By John Moore right there. And next year, that's a tackle by number 62. When he gets in the weight room, gets a little bit stronger, faster, next year, that's a tackle.
So 9 on that Hammers first down. Makes it 2nd and 1. Googe split backs again. This time, handoff. Goes again to Reynolds, and Reynolds is brought down from behind by Braden Robinson, and a flag is down.
Braden Robinson's having himself a defensive game tonight.
Personal foul, crackback block, this time going against Oliver Springs. Oh, there it is. You saw it, Adkins.
I actually missed it there.
Yeah, it happened right here.
That's more of a crackback than what we've seen earlier. You know, still. questionable in my book. It is. It's on the line of scrimmage.
You come from a football background as both a player and a coach, so I know stuff like that probably has to drive you crazy.
I'm about all contact at the line of scrimmage.
So that actually goes from a 2nd and 1 to a 2nd and 15. Here's Googe, passes it out of the backfield to Jet, and Jet makes the first guy miss. Up ahead, a pickup of about 7, because that play should have lost yards.
Wow. Great coverage on the play by the young Midway cornerback. Just Jet's too strong.
And Jet is another freshman on the field tonight.
Man, he's so talented.
All right, so after a pickup of close to 7, it's going to bring up 3rd and a long 8, we'll call it. Googe in the backfield. Takes a snap, looks quickly. Quick slant over the middle is incomplete. Trying to hit Barger, and that'll bring up 3rd and 14. We'll see what Oliver Springs elects to do here. They're sending the punting unit out. He was there.
It's always scary when that wide receiver tips that ball in the air, as DBs perform a lot of tip drills throughout the week, practicing for that exact situation.
Liam Bokey on, and it's a fake punt. And here is Oliver Springs. It's Cole Jackson, and Jackson has enough for the first down.
Tackle made by number 12, Tate Mason, but not before. A huge first down for the Oliver Springs Bobcats. Tyler Harper going all the way up on aggression here tonight against the Midway Green Wave, only up by 7.
So Oliver Springs retains possession. Yeah, Cole Jackson dangerous with the ball in his hands. He showed it there. Hammers first down. Googe in the backfield. 2 wideouts to his left. Here's the handoff. Goes to Jet, and Jet on the jet sweep. Brought down at about the 32-yard line. No.
Jet, one of the better runners in our area. Holding the ball pretty high and tight there in contact.
Pick up a 4.
Deal until he puts the ball on the ground. That's what you want to see out of a ball carrier.
2nd and 6 now for Oliver Springs. Two wideouts to the left, 1 to the right.
For a slant here from your...
Googe drops back to pass under a lot of pressure, has to step up, lets this one go, and it is tipped, almost intercepted by Peyton Steele.
The sophomore, again, a young, youthful player. Ball is coming, hit him right in the hands. Next year, that's going to be an interception.
And Steele drops down, kneels down, because he knows he about had that one.
You know, I was working for a Hall of Fame football coach by the name of Larry Blackstone. He used to say in college football, every freshman you start on your team is probably a loss on the season. I was like, whoa, are you kidding me? So 5 freshmen mean that we're going to have potentially 5 losses? And it was always right.
Wow. And here is Adkins on the carry, and Adkins breaks some tackles. Still on his feet. And finally brought down at about the 16-yard line. But the play is going to be brought back.
A lot of football experience, weight room experience, and just growth between a freshman and a senior in high school and college.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, if you look at the college teams that are good, day in, day out, as that is an illegal shift. You don't see a lot of freshmen playing on the really good talented teams.
Not starting.
Starting, yes.
Not starting. Let me rephrase that.
So. Yeah.
you'll see a lot of freshmen playing on special teams and such, and that's how you grow experience, and you can kind of see who freaks out under the lights and who doesn't, aka a Joe Milton situation. So experiences means a lot.
Big third down here for Oliver Springs. 3 wide outs to the short side of the field. Googe back to pass. Throws this one deep, and it is picked off. Going back the other direction, and this is Brian Klipner. And Klipner is up the sideline, finally run out of bounds by Mason Day. But that is a big interception and return for Midway with 3:31 left to go in this first half.
And south of the river explodes with excitement on the interception. Huge return by the safety. Got blockers in front. Picks up a lot of needed yards to help out his offense in a major way with 3 minutes and 31 seconds left in the second quarter.
So let me ask you this. Why say Oski?
You know, that's an old tradition, and I can't even remember what it was, the reasoning behind that now.
That's weird.
Somebody out there will drop a Facebook message and let us know.
Reed now, and quarterback on this Hammers first down, being pursued and being taken down from behind. Brandon Brown. I'm sorry, it's actually Carson Nivens.
The sophomore coming up big. He came up big several times last week against Coalfield, too. The young sophomore defensive lineman running all the way across the field to make a really good secure tackle. 5'6", 224 pounds.
Loss of 6 makes it 2nd and 16 for Midway, as we're under 3 to play in this first half.
Trips to the top of your screen.
Reed takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, runs with it, gets up to about the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Brought down the Oliver Springs 36-yard line.
Tackle made by number 56, Drew Tippins. 6'2", 300 pounds falling on your quarterback there. It's not what you want. Oliver Springs kind of fired up here. Playing pretty aggressive. Let's see how Midway responds with 3rd and 10.
Remember, Oliver Springs will get the ball to start the second half. Reed drops back to pass, under a lot of pressure again, sets up the screen, and that's going nowhere. On the reception, it's Buckner. On the tackle, it's Googe. And with the timeout is Oliver Springs. Bobcats going to stop this clock, try to give themselves an opportunity to run the 2-minute drill before halftime.
Read it perfectly.
This timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Quality appliances from brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid.
You need a vehicle that works just as hard as you do. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we make those rugged everyday tasks a little easier so you can enjoy life in this pre-owned 2020 Honda CR-V Touring, $35,995. 2020 Ford F-150 Raptor, $74,550. 2020 Ford Expedition Max Limited 4x4, $44,490. Need car service? Visit our Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center today. Local you trust, pre-owned vehicles you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
Back at the Emerald Forest, Aaron Harvey, Coach Hoot Gibson. 4th and long for Midway. Under 2 minutes left to play in this first half. And Midway is not bringing the punt team out. I don't know if maybe Reed's going to quick kick this thing or what, but 5 wide, and Oliver Springs having to adjust. They were in punt formation. Reed under a lot of pressure, steps up in the pocket, throws it downfield. That pass is complete by Tate Mason. There is a flag.
Mason. Hey, this guy's going to be making a lot of plays, but there's a flag on the play, and it looks like potentially it could go either way, holding or roughing the quarterback.
I believe it. Personal foul.
Yeah.
On Oliver Springs. How about Midway?
I'm telling you now, Midway threatening, down by 7 with 1:41 left in the second quarter.
So that personal foul gets tacked on to the end of that catch. gracious me. Look at this Chuck Fleischman replay. Reed, man, Oliver Springs got hands on him. And then Mason.
Great throw.
Yeah, because Atkins.
Even better catch. And great footwork by the young freshman over there, tiptoeing on the sidelines.
Atkins was draped all over him.
Hey.
It was great coverage. But that ball was placed perfectly by Reed. And now Midway in some business with the Hammers first down. 1:41 left to play in this first half.
Watch for some kind of rollout.
Low snap picked up by Reed, going to his left. Now going to run it himself. And gets up. Finally, his forward momentum is stopped inside the 10-yard line.
Reed carries for a pickup of 6.
We'll have to see where they place it, but you see this Chuck Fleischman replay. Reed did a great job with that low snap.
Good footwork right there.
Great move right there.
But ran into the paws of the big defensive lineman of Oliver Springs.
2nd and 6. So Midway can still get a first down inside the, looks like, 3-yard line.
Got a man.
So Reed just will run this one out of bounds, and Kane Googe will be credited with the tackle. That stops the clock inside a minute left.
He had a guy just in a split second there. He just waited too long, and that's a play that Reed will be able to make next year.
So ball spotted at the 5-yard line, and it looks like inside the 3, Midway can get a first down.
Twins to the bottom side of your screen.
Reed rolls to that bottom side of your screen, and he is gobbled up and tackled. He's sacked by Googe, and that's going to bring up 4th and long.
Clock is continuing to run.
Yep. Neither team has a timeout, and Sierra Cowell will come onto the field to attempt a field goal. This will be a 35-yarder.
With the clock running, so a lot of pressure. Huge kick here for Sierra Cowell, one of the better kickers in Midway history.
Snap.
There's a marker on the play.
And the Oliver Springs Bobcat did a really good job of rushing to the line of scrimmage and getting a Midway offensive lineman to react to that.
Yeah.
It's going to back it up another 5 here.
Oh,
did he interfere with did he touch the offensive lineman?
Oh, that's been line 5 yards.
So he interfered with the cadence. So he was coming up and barking, go set hut, making him snap the ball.
Okay, so now a 30-yard field goal attempt.
Uh-oh.
Snap, set, kick. Over the crossbar.
It's good.
Sierra Cowell brings Midway to within 4 with 9 seconds left to go in this first half.
Ball, set, kick.
Laces out, Dan.
What a kick. That is impressive out of the senior kicker down here at Midway. Got to be one of the leading scorers in Midway history.
Wow.
On-site care, now located in Kingston, is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-site care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, on-site care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. On-site care accepts most major insurance plans and offers affordable self-pay options as well. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
Back at Midway as we prepare for this Davis Funeral Home kickoff with 9 seconds left to go. And this one is popped up into the air, and it is taken.
Wow.
Yeah. That's Dakota Adkins.
Big hit right there on the Midway Green Wave kickoff team.
So now, Oliver Springs will have 7 seconds to do something with it. I'm not sure if you just kneel on this one. No timeouts.
You know, that's never something I like to do unless you just got a lot of young players and you're kind of playing scared. I'm always, if there's time left on the clock, you always try to score because you only have so many times that you're going to be in possession of the football. So utilize them. Don't leave them on the clock.
That's true, but on that last possession, Gooch did throw that interception that almost got taken back to the house.
Right.
So
Yeah, they got one back.
So they will line up in this victory formation, as it's called normally. And that will be the end of the first half. So Oliver Springs scored 14 points to start this game, and Midway scored 10 right back at them. And that is the score as we go into halftime here south of the river. Green Wave fans on their feet, a lot of momentum. And this, stay tuned, folks. This is going to be a good second half.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
The Harriman Utility Board works hard to ensure reliable electric power is delivered to our service area. Recurring tree trimming and maintenance is essential to preventing unplanned outages caused by falling trees. HUB crews are constantly at work during the peak growing season and respond rapidly to storm damage. As partners in our community, we urge customers to be aware of the importance of electric line right-of-way management. Find out more about current right-of-way policies at our website, hub-tn.com.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the hot water wars. A Rinnai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do.
Feel the comforts of home with natural gas. Natural gas tankless water heaters cost almost 3 times less to operate annually than the electric models. Make the switch today.
Rinnai, hot water for all.
$1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Troublemakers, is your band ready?
season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roan State Success Coach to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Honey, they're back.
Come on. No! Get out of here! Get out of here! No more! Pat!
A professional-grade lawn is going to attract attention. Simplicity Lawn Tractors.
You need a vehicle that works just as hard as you do. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we make those rugged everyday tasks a little easier so you can enjoy life in this pre-owned 2020 Honda CR-V Touring, $35,995. 2020 Ford F-150 Raptor, $74,550. 2020 Ford Expedition Max Limited 4x4, $44,490. Need car service? Visit our Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center today. Local you trust, pre-owned vehicles you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
On-Site Care, now located in Kingston, is accepting new patients. Nurse practitioner Candace Templeton has over 25 years of healthcare experience in offering management of chronic care conditions. On-Site Care offers free sports physicals for established patients. Plus, On-Site Care offers hormone replacement therapy with compounded pellets. On-Site Care accepts most major insurance plans and offers affordable self-pay options as well. Call 865-285-9588 to schedule an appointment at On-Site Care.
Pat Ryan here with Kathy May Martin. If you're thinking of buying or selling real estate, then make the right play call and contact Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs. Kathy's 30-plus years of knowledge and experience gives her clients the competitive edge. You know, like me on game day. Kick is up and it's good. Kathy May Martin for all your real estate needs.
And back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. I tell you, Osborne Brothers version of Rocky Top playing in the background. We don't own the rights to this music. It's playing in the background, and that's fair use. You hear me, Facebook? This is your OEB Law Game of the Week. I am Aaron Harvey, joined by Coach James Hoot Gibson. We're at halftime. We got ourselves a pretty daggum good ball game here, as Oliver Springs leads over Midway by a score of 14-10. It was Oz jumping out on front, 14-0. They came out with a couple of really gutsy calls, an onside kick to start the game, which they recovered, and then the very first play, a little double pass to get into the end zone and take that 7-0 lead just like 16 seconds into this thing. So Oliver Springs, really, this doesn't matter. They can lose this game, and they're still going to be second seed in the playoffs, but Coach Tyler Harper comes out aggressive, and he says, I don't want to lose this game.
No, they need this win. They really do. Build confidence, try to get some younger players in here, but Midway showing up and showing out.
And this has been the story kind of for Midway this season. Put together a good 2-3 quarters, and then in the fourth quarter it kind of goes away, which shows probably the inexperience, the young players, the lack of depth, the fact that, you know, they haven't had years in a weight room. And I mentioned in the pregame, if you can get Midway to get all four quarters in, then they're going to show what they're capable of. And if they can get that in the second half tonight against Oliver Springs, they can get this win.
Yeah, they really can. I mean, they're with 5 seniors. 2 of those seniors are kickers. So it's a very youthful Midway football program. And some of the seniors, the limited seniors they do have, is showing out for them tonight. And the likes of Sierra Cal kicking that huge field goal to get it within 4 points.
That's a 30-yarder, which not the longest that we've seen this season, but it's one of the longest we've seen this season.
It's the longest I've seen in single A.
In single A, for sure, yeah. Yeah. It might be the longest I've seen in single A, period. I don't know. That might be true. I don't know. There aren't a lot of single A programs that have quality kickers.
And I guarantee you this, probably one of the only games across the state of Tennessee that you're going to have a female kicking a 30-yard field goal.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, come on. That is awesome, guys.
Yeah. So some scores of interest for you. In the third quarter, Science Hill leads over Dobbins-Bennett 26-21. Got a great game going up there in Northeast Tennessee, and that one matters. The winner of that one's going to be the region champion, so can't plan it any better than that. Maryville now up on Bradley Central 27-13, so that one finally kind of going the way that we thought it would. But it's not over yet. At halftime, Fulton and Carter tied up at 28. In the third quarter, Cocke County leads over Sevier County 22-14. Cocke County coming in 2-7 on the year. In the second quarter, Gibbs just beating the ham out of South Doyle 44-14.
Wow.
At halftime, Greenback up over Oakdale 20-6.
Oakdale must have some injuries.
At halftime, how about this one? Coalfield leading over Oneida 35-0.
Wow, Coalfield showing out.
Yeah. Anderson County up over Scott High at halftime 49-0. That's just not fair. Monterey up over Wartburg in the second quarter 28-0. And York Institute leading over Rockwood 19-0 in the second quarter.
Double bad news for Rockwood Tigers.
Yeah. Oh, a game we were keeping an eye on. In the fourth quarter, it just started. Loudon leads over Kingston 23-14.
Wow, golly. Got a ball game there.
Yeah.
Been getting some text messages from some family members that's attending that game.
Yeah, it's a really big game. You'd think Loudon won the region championship last year, and Kingston was second. And Kingston and Loudon played for a region championship right there in week 11, and now the loser is going to miss the playoffs.
Now, that's traditional. That's what it used to be. Kingston and Loudon used to always fight for that semifinal type position there in their own region. So it's a tough ball game.
Another big game in that region, playing for first place. McMinn Central leads over Sweetwater 10-7.
Wow, that's a ball game. McMinn Central's had a heck of a season so far.
Yeah. So as we get set for this Davis Funeral Home kickoff, Sierra Cal will kick this one short. Ball bounces, and I believe it was touched before the 50.
Oh, they signal no. Midway ball went past the 10-yard line.
And Oliver Springs is saying, I don't think so. Now,
well, this official's closer to the ball. They should go with his view. It's right in front of his face. Let's see what the wide hat sees.
And what an onside kick by Cowell. Okay, now they're saying Oliver Springs football.
Oh, man.
And that's the correct call. Because you watch this replay, it was touched at about the 49. See, it's close.
Yeah, it's too close. And when you got split 50-50, you always want to go with the official that's closest to the play.
Ooh. Yeah, it's touched before the 50. Yep. Yeah, that's the right call. And I know the Midway fans don't like it, but that's the right call. So ball.
Somebody's grandma's fired up over here now.
They spot this like right before the 50-yard line. That's how close the officials thought it was. So now Kane Gooch on this Hammers 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Adkins. Adkins wrapped up in the backfield and dropped. And
Braden Robinson, the senior, coming back through the line of scrimmage, meeting the ball carrier behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you know who else was there?
Mason Tate.
Tate Mason.
Tate Mason.
Mason commentate. Yeah, okay. Whew. All right, second and a long 10. Gooch, this time handoff goes the other direction to Jackson, and Jackson picks up a few yards before he's brought down. I believe they'll give him probably 4. Which should bring up 3rd and 7.
32, Brandon Robinson. Huge third down for the Oliver Springs Bobcats.
There's still a second box back there.
Like their quarterback's mobility here. So look for a type of rollout. Let him control what he does. Have an option RPO situation.
So 3rd and 6 here. Googe will have 2 wide outs to his right, 1 to his left. Split backs in the backfield. And Googe is just going to have this one on a keeper. Googe gets up to about the 39-yard line. That should be enough for a Hammers first down. Just barely.
Huge first down for the Oliver Springs Bobcats. Led here by the quarterback. Good field vision. Just enough speed to get outside, deflect a couple blocks.
And credit to Googe there. Before he got wrapped up and before he fell down, he plunged himself forward and got that first down because he only got it by less than a yard.
A lot of open room to the top side of your screen.
Handoff goes to Adkins. Adkins again wrapped up, breaks the first tackle, but not the second. He'll get just past the line of scrimmage to bring up 2nd and long.
Tate Mason, another tackle on the play. Whoever the stat keeper is, has been a busy person tonight, putting some dashes beside his name.
Play coming in late for Oliver Springs. You see Googe bringing it in from the sideline.
Oliver Springs in no hurry.
Googe sends a man in motion. That's Adkins. Handoff goes the other direction, however, to Mason Day. And Day has the sideline to the 20, the 10. A flag comes out. This will be a John Mark Wendell touchdown unless it's brought back. Flag came out following the runner, which would indicate maybe a block in the back.
All at Midway's folks is saying block in the back. Let's see what the white hat signals.
You see Justin O'Toole. It's a hold. Coach O'Toole was out there. He wasn't very happy. So we'll see if we can see it on this Chuck Fleischman replay. Oh, that's a play from a while back ago. All right, here it is. Adkins in motion to the left, and then Day is going to counter step a little bit to the left and get this handoff going to the right. Right there. Yeah.
Yep, just enough.
So that's going to go against Dawson Williford.
Looked like it was on Justice Long of Midway, trying to break loose of that. Oliver Springs got caught with holding.
It's interesting because this was a 2nd and almost 10, and now it's a 2nd and almost nothing. Googe in the backfield. Handoff goes to Adkins. Adkins dropped again. And then we got a flag for taunting. That flag's going to go against Riley Pryor. And that should be enough for an Oliver Springs. That will be enough for an Oliver Springs first down. After the play, dead ball on sportsmanlike conduct. Number 20, 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down. You'll see it on the Chuck Fleischman replay. Makes a wonderful play, but then stands over and says something there. Yeah, you can't do that. And then he helps him. He's like, I'm sorry, man. I was just excited. I was just excited. And he should have been excited. It was a great play.
I mean, come on. He busted through the line of scrimmage. Nobody there but the ball carrier. Exploded into him with a huge tackle for loss. Unfortunately, got flagged on the play. That's a coaching opportunity right there with Oliver Springs with somebody wide open.
Now Googe will line up, empty backfield. 3 wide outs to the near side.
Man coverage.
Man in motion, that's Day. Day will not get the handoff. Instead, it's Googe up the middle, quarterback draw. And Googe has it all the way up to the 6-yard line.
Well, I tell you, if Oliver Springs comes back out in that formation, they've got several opportunities for touchdown due to the adjustment that Midway made on that.
First and goal, Oliver Springs.
Got a number 2 again almost. There we go.
Day in the backfield with Googe, 2 wide outs either side. Googe fakes the handoff to Day, and now will follow him as a lead blocker. Googe in trouble and brought down after a pickup of 2. It will be second and goal from the 4.
Number 62, John Moore, the sophomore, busting through there. Couldn't quite get him down until he picked up 2 yards.
So Googe brings in the play from the sideline. This time, split backfield. 2 wide outs to his left, 1 split out way wide to the right, and this time it's Adkins. Adkins dives for the end zone.
Just short. Showing around the 2-yard line.
Brings up third and go.
So pickup of 2 makes it 3rd and goal from the 2.
Midway with a bunch of substitutions.
If you remember, Midway stiffened its upper lip down here. And now here is a quarterback sneak. It's Googe. No signal.
Signal, touchdown, Oliver Springs.
And it's a late signal, but it is a John Mark Wendell touchdown, Oliver Springs.
Not sure what was taking so long there.
Midway fan is not happy.
Definitely can't tell from that angle. Let's see. I mean, he takes a good 3-4 steps. It was about 2 yards to gain, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like he got it from that angle.
So the extra point is up, and it's good by Liam Bokey as we keep watching this replay here. It kind of looks like maybe he should have been flagged for an offsides or a false start, because it looked like he was taking off up the middle before he even got the snap.
Let's see.
So you can watch this.
Almost fumbled the football.
And I think maybe that's what the Midway fans were calling for. Either way, Oliver Springs now leads over Midway 21-10 with 6:29 left to go in the 3rd quarter here. As we get set for a Davis Funeral Homes kickoff, Liam Bokey. Davis Funeral Homes with 2 locations in Wartburg and Harriman. Go to davisfuneralhomes.com or give them a call. If you're in the Harriman area, 865-882-2000. If you're in the Wartburg area, 423-346-2011. So Oliver Springs with a successful onside kick to start this game, and Midway with 2 onside kick attempts. Both of those were recovered by Oliver Springs.
Midway's initial line has got to be paying attention here for short kicks.
And this one is going to roll across the ground and die because it stopped at the 45. And for Midway, that's Hunter Hall.
Freshman. Coming in big there on the hands team.
Yeah, I see the Chuck Flashman replay. Yeah. Great hands.
Stuck that left hand out there and caught that football pretty good.
So now Midway with really good field position at the 45 with a Hammers 1st and 10. Brennan Reed back out there, 2 wide outs either side. Reed with a design quarterback keeper. Picks up about 2 yards, bring up 2nd and 8.
Picks up 3, will be 2nd and 7.
Huge second down here for the Midway Green Wave. Got to keep these chains moving. Still plenty of time left in this ballgame.
Same formation and same play. Reed carries again up the middle. This time, nothing there. And a flag comes out late. If this is on Midway, it's a backbreaker. If this is on Oliver Springs, like, why'd you do it?
Look like it might potentially be on Oliver Springs for a little bit of jawing after the play. Let's see what they called.
After the play. Yeah, after the play, face mask on Midway. Ever seen a dead ball face mask?
No, I haven't. Let's see what we've seen here.
Chuck Fleischman replay. I didn't see anything.
Well, I think that's just kind of been Midway's season so far. I would definitely be asking for an explanation on that play if I'm the Midway Green Wave. A face mask.
Huh.
Where was it?
It was up here. Yeah, it was after plays.
Oh.
Face mask. Anyway, here is Reed on third down. Goes to his left, now goes to his right. Throws upfield. That pass is incomplete.
Oh,
they're saying he was out of bounds, but that was Peyton Steele, the intended target. And that'll bring up 4th and 13.
Running around trying to find anything. Finds his guy just a little bit out of bounds there, just by a couple inches.
Gosh, it's really hard to tell.
We're getting kind of cold here, so keep an eye on this long snap.
Midway in punt formation. And it is a low snap. And it's picked up and bam! That's Lyric Prenzi is smashed down. And Oliver Springs will take over at the 25-yard line of Midway.
See here, long snapper hasn't had a snap in a while. It's cold. Usually makes for short kicks. Low. And Oliver Springs Bobcat coming in making a secure tackle.
And you said, watch the low snap here. It's getting a little cold. And as Bain said, speak of the devil, and he shall appear. So here is this Hammers first down and a reverse for Oliver Springs. Big yardage on this one. It's Jackson Jett, and Jett still on his feet, finally brought down at the 11.
Number 3 carries down the Midway 13-yard line.
So they said, hey, you're stopping Adkins on this, so let's run a reverse, try to loosen this thing up a little bit.
Second time they've ran that tonight, both times successful. Midway's want to block in the back there.
Brings up another Hammers 1st and 10.
Spread way out to top of your screen.
And Midway jumps.
Guys, if you're out there and you're in need of any property improvement needs, such as forestry, mulching, land clearing, you need a new gravel driveway, anything of the sorts, you need to give Crooked Fork Farms a phone call at 865-206-7560 or visit their website, www.crookedforkfarms.com.
And just so you know, they have fantastic steak as well. So here's Googe on 1st and 5. Drops back, looks, quick slant over the middle, complete to Jet, and that's a John Mark Wendell touchdown, Oliver Springs. So just like that, with 3:47 left to go in the third quarter, the Bobcats lead now by 17.
Jet having himself a game here tonight. One of the better athletes in our area. Just a freshman. I'd like to see him catch that ball with his hands, but hey, he scored a touchdown.
The extra point by Bokey is up, and it's good. So now Oliver Springs leads 28-10 as we get late into the third quarter on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
The Harriman Utility Board works hard to ensure reliable electric power is delivered to our service area. Recurring tree trimming and maintenance is essential to preventing unplanned outages caused by falling trees. HUB crews are constantly at work during the peak growing season and respond rapidly to storm damage. As partners in our community, we urge customers to be aware of the importance of electric line right-of-way management. Find out more about current right-of-way policies at our website, hub-tn.com.
Welcome back to the OEB Law Game of the Week. As Oliver Springs went into this third quarter leading over Midway 14-10. And earlier today, you see Mr. Tim Elrod presenting that $1,000 check to the principal here at Midway, Mr. Kaywood.
That $1,000 will go a long way down here south of the river.
Yes, it will. Yeah, and the crowd cheered big time because that was announced on the field, and crowd very happy about that $1,000, and we just can't thank Tim Elrod enough.
Yeah, the Midway program down here they're always in need of some more financial assistance. There's just not a lot of fundraising opportunities down here in this area, so it's huge for this program that's always been in need.
So here is Midway. Now finds itself down 3 scores for the first time in this game. Brennan Reed with Braden Buckner beside him. And the screen pass is set up to Buckner. Buckner makes the man miss and gets a head up to the 45-yard line, and that's about a 5-yard gain. You see, let's check Flashman replay.
Good heads. Get it down to him. You check down guy. Picks up a couple tough yardage there.
Yep, and Cole Jackson played that pretty well. Slowed Buckner down enough so that he could get some help with that tackle.
Got to get the ball to number 12, Tate Mason. He's your number 3 wide receiver to top of your screen, number 12.
And this time, Reed is going to keep it.
Look like double wheel routes.
49-yard line.
Very slow developing play.
That is enough for the Hammers' first down, though, as the ball will be placed at midfield.
Huge opportunity for Midway here to continue this drive. Get another opportunity at the end zone here.
Quick pitch goes to Buckner. Buckner picks up a couple of yards.
Picked up a good 2 there. Should have not picked up anything, so good effort.
Oh,
little speed option play. Short side of the field. That's a hard play to run.
I don't like how he palmed the football there for a second. But he kept it, so that's good. 2nd and 8 for Oliver Springs.
Same formation.
3 wide either side.
Tack on, another penalty.
Now, I've heard you say this over and over and over. The nose guard should never be offsides.
No, there's no excuse for it. The ball is right over your face. So your eye should be trained to be on the football. You just can't jump offsides. Easier said than done. Made contact there with the helmet of the Midway center.
Or if he didn't, it was close. He didn't make contact, but he was far enough that he encroached. So, here is Midway. Nice gainer that time as the ball goes out to Riley Pryor. That's enough for another Hammers first down. So, just a really simple, easy play right there.
Oliver Springs has got to be careful getting kind of chippy out there. Couple hands to the face opportunities there that could have been thrown by the official. Same formation to the bottom of your screen.
Brennan Reed on this first down. Under some pressure, rolls to his right, and he's brought down from behind by Cole Jackson. I'm not sure if the ball came out or what.
Cole Jackson streaking off the side of the end of the formation off on the outside. Getting a sack from behind. Huge play for the Oliver Springs Bobcats.
Yeah, big loss, and that's going to be the final play of this third quarter as Midway trailed by 4 at halftime. Now they find themselves down 18 as we get set to go into the final frame of this game of your OEB Law Game of the Week.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the Hot Water Wars. A Renai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do.
Feel the comforts of home with natural gas. Natural gas tankless water heaters cost almost 3 times less to operate annually than the electric models. Make the switch today.
Renai, hot water for all.
Back to our OEB Law Game of the Week as we get set to begin the fourth quarter. Oliver Springs up on Midway, 28-10. Trying to find some scores for you. How about this one? Knox Halls, who's won 1 game all season long, up on Heritage, 35-20.
Wow.
Midway through the fourth. I said in pregame that Halls could probably win that game, and they are.
Big time.
Reed gets it out, and boy, not much there as he goes to Pryor once again. In fact, a loss on the play will make it 3rd and very long. As we see the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Quarterback has a case of the happy feet there from being under pressure all year long. The very youthful offensive line is what makes that happen.
Folks, Jason Stillner running for mayor in the town of Oliver Springs. Proven leadership. Go vote. Jason Stillner for mayor. Paid for by the candidate.
Midway taking their time.
Taking about too much time as they're about to get a penalty. And instead, Coach O'Toole is going to have to call a timeout. And that's what he will do. This timeout is brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Home appliance financing available. Apply online at pattersonsappliances.com.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week, and look at the tiny little fan there. Hi, little fan.
No, I'm telling you, no, if I don't put a smile on your face, there is nothing that would.
Facing a 3rd and about 17. Here's Reed. Reed gets it out quickly. That pass is complete. And picking up big yardage up to about the 26-yard line. That's Peyton Steele.
I was scanning the whole field looking for penalties.
Yeah, well, that's been kind of the kind of night that it's been for Midway.
Brings up 4th and 2.
What we got there, about 4th and 1.5, 2?
Something like that. And see on the check flash from replay. Pretty good game. Got all the way up to the 26-yard line. And we're swapping balls. Has Tom Brady's ball boy been here?
Deflating that ball just a little bit. You know, everybody was making a big deal out of that, and I'm not kidding. Every quarterback in college football does the same, or did the same thing.
Oh, okay. They're going to measure here. Well, that's a good thing. When all that was happening, I read that quarterbacks have different preferences. And a guy like Aaron Rodgers actually likes overinflating his footballs.
Usually guys with stronger arms do, because they can they float that football, and guys that's a little more accurate, want a little more touch on the ball, they usually try to deflate the football just a little bit so they get a little more grip, all 5 fingers.
So on that measurement, I think it was so that they made sure that they correctly placed the ball, and it will be 4th and 1.
I've been waiting to use that one.
For a quarterback sneak.
Yeah, Reed under center.
What in the world? I'm telling you, these Midway grandmas that's lining our press box are fired up.
So this would be the Mafia.
The Mafia.
And they are brutal.
They are brutal.
Midway Mafia.
You gotta love it.
So they weren't set. The officials hadn't set the play. You know, I've seen that more this year than I think I've ever seen it in my life.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I'm not sure exactly what the deal is, but here is Reed quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Jackson, you see Cole Jackson standing right over his nose guard. Now Reed, maybe change the play. And Oliver Springs does not fall for the hard count, so Midway is going to have to use a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Patterson Appliances. Thank you for your support for over 55 years.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.
Patterson's Appliances has been helping families like yours find quality home appliances from trusted brands including Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid for over 55 years. Our knowledgeable appliance specialists know how to outfit your kitchen or laundry room with the right appliances to meet your needs. We service what we sell with our own in-house factory-trained service technicians, and for the DIYers, our parts department is always ready to help customers find the appliance parts they need. Patterson's Home Appliances, because we care.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week, Midway facing a 4th and 1 out of this timeout. To come out in the same formation, Reed will be under center. Riley Pryor right behind him, and Reed with a quarterback sneak. And he definitely has enough for the first down.
Great job there by the offensive line of Midway, led by number 62 there, kept his quarterback up and moving forward, as you see there on the play. That's what you want to see.
That's J.R. Moore.
Attaboy to number 62.
Now for a Hammers first down. It's gone final. Powell defeats Lenoir City 28-21. That's close. That's a lot closer than I think a lot of people would think.
Oh, more. I don't think anybody would have counted Lenoir City even close.
Pistol set for Midway now as Reed fakes a pitch, had the option, kept it, stepped inside and picks up hefty gain on first down. They give him 9. It'll be 2nd and 1. It's also gone final. Loudon has defeated Kingston 23-14, so Kingston will miss the playoffs this year.
Oof. After starting off, I think 5-0, maybe 6-0. Now missing the playoffs. It's a huge development.
And here is Reed. Tries the option again. Now reverses his field. Looks, keeps his eyes up. And throws it complete to Riley Pryor.
Extremely lucky not to have some offensive linemen down the field.
And they're not. I mean, you see on this replay, you're right, though. That is extremely lucky because that was not a design pass.
Yeah, and he had 2 guys open there.
He did. Yeah. Also had Peyton Steele. So, great play by Brendan Reed.
And Midway continuing the fight.
That's enough for a Hammers 1st and goal. Reed.
Here he is.
Handoff. Goes to Mason.
Swallowed the number 72 of Oliver Springs.
You see the ball spotted just inside the 10-yard line there. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. .6'3", 281-pound junior. Meat freshman, about $140. Tight formation for Midway.
Send a man in motion, and that is Mason. And Mason will get the catch.
Look at him.
Mason's still on his feet, and he drives into the end zone. That is a John Mark Wendell touchdown, Midway. Nifty moves by the freshman.
Coming in clutch, as you see here on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Oh, this is the play. This is a play before, but my goodness, Tate Mason. Here it is. Really, this looked like it was going nowhere. And then Mason.
Great footwork, eluding and running through the Oliver Springs defense.
Gracious. So Sierra Cal on to attempt the extra point. High snap, set, kick is on the way. That kick is good. Midway cuts it to 11 in the 4th quarter with 7:52 left to play in your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Midway not going away on your OEB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey, Coach James Hoot Gibson. And, you know, the story that's been for Midway is that teams have just outscored them in the second half. And so far, that's been the case with Oliver Springs, but Midway not letting them get away with it this time.
For the short kick here.
So you see Cowell. Oh, and the ball's on the ground. And
Midway ball.
Midway.
Sierra Cal kicking the changeup right off the chest plate of the Oliver Springs Bobcat. You see here, the senior kicks it like a rocket. Boom, right off the chest plate.
And it goes to Kane Googe, and Googe can't handle it, so it's Midway's football.
That tells you how hard that ball was kicked. If it bounced after hitting Oliver Springs player in the hands, bounced 5 yards back.
And Googe slaps his shoulder pad and says, "My B."
Sierra Cow, one of the better kickers in all of our area.
I tell you, it's
one of the leading scorers, I would imagine, in Midway football history, with as many extra points as she's kicked. We couldn't get a Midway administrator to let us know how many total points she scored in her career, but hopefully they can find that stat.
So now empty backfield for Reed. Reed draws back to pass under pressure, has to step up in the pocket, and he's going to be sacked for a loss of 1. 2nd and 11.
If there was ever a good time to run a screen, yeah, that was it.
See Cole Jackson coming from linebacker position. Blitz to the outside. It's now Midway. Down 2 scores. Sends in a play kind of late. You know, Midway doesn't have the clock, like the play clocks in the end zone like every other school in Roane County
5
does.
seconds left.
Reed quickly throws it out, and that looked like it could be a double pass, but no, instead, getting upfield is Pryor. Pryor crosses midfield, gets it to about the 48-yard line.
Good completion there.
Good move by Pryor to evade the tackle of Kane Gooch.
Brings up 3rd and manageable.
3rd and 6 is what I'm seeing, which means there was a pickup of 5 on that last play. Big drive for Midway. They're in a position now where everywhere is 4-down territory.
If I could put a circle, it'd be on number 12 at the top of your screen.
And Reed is rolling to his left.
Wide open.
Gets
oh, that's
12.
pass interference too.
That pass is complete.
Oh. Hit early by the defensive back, and he still caught the football. That's a ball player right there, guys.
That's a Hammers first down for Tate Mason, and
clearly hit before the ball even touches him, and still catches the football. That is a big-time play by a big-time player. Taking a huge hit, still keeping the football.
Shotgun formation. And again, goes out to Mason. Mason with the completion, picks up close to 5.
Mason's showing out. Going to have to remember his name for the next 3 years. Say he's going to have a heck of a career down here. Midway always having some pretty talented wide receivers in years past.
Not only that, but the middle school program here at Midway's had a sensational year as well. So they're playing for a championship tomorrow. So Midway's got a lot to look forward to in the coming years. Empty backfield for Reed. And now Midway is going to have to take their final timeout of the half. And that might come into play a little bit later. We'll see. But this timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances. Visit Patterson'sAppliances.com and check out the current cash-saving promotions.
A college degree can't be earned in just one day, but can be achieved by doing our best together, just one day at a time. From getting a great start with your Roane State Success Coach to learning together in the classroom, accessing free tutoring in the Learning Center, and working one-on-one with your instructors. Together, we succeed, one day at a time. Oh, and free tuition helps. So apply at roanstate.edu now, and let's succeed together.
Again.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. We caught you in mid-word. You were saying Loudon wins the Hoop Bowl trophy again.
Boy, about caught a T-shirt there.
I know. I know. The cheerleader's throwing it to the Midway Mafia up here. We got an open window.
We got a shark frenzy down here in front of us.
It's frigid out tonight.
And look how crowded we are down here with a classic Roane County football game. Everybody came out to support their loved ones.
On second down, Brennan Reed passes complete to Pryor. Pryor gets upfield.
Oh, shoestring tackle.
How did he do that?
He's got some hips on him, I tell you. He needs to be in tango.
Oh, man. That's enough for a Hammers first down.
I tell you what.
That shouldn't have gone anywhere. There's no way that should have gone anywhere.
He must have about 10 toes on each foot.
Okay, let's see on this replay. You'll see what you're talking about. Chuck Fleischman's replay. Look, Ken Googe is there. Nope. It's like, okay, whoa.
I'm telling you, man. And shoestring tackle to save.
And now they've done the audible L2. They flipped the play. Reed takes the shotgun snap, looks downfield for a man in the end zone. The pass is incomplete.
Hit him right into the hands.
Now there's a flag on the play, and it looked like
guarding, maybe?
I don't know. It looked like William Eddings had position, so you wonder if this is on Midway.
I couldn't tell if he got a little push off there. I didn't see a push off.
I didn't see anything. But the flag, you see the flag has already been thrown. So that's probably a hold.
Okay. Huge Oliver Springs penalty there. Giving some life to this young, youthful Midway program.
Oh, it's a flat pass interference. But we couldn't see it on the angle.
Early.
But yeah, it had just happened because the flag had already been thrown before the ball got there. So that will set up Midway at just outside the 10-yard line.
Now, these snaps to the quarterback is especially important right now.
Hammers first down. Reed, quarterback keeper, nothing. Second and 10. Under 5 minutes, approaching 4.5 to play in this game. I'd say Oliver Springs is probably pretty happy if you try to run middle of their line.
Yeah, Oliver Springs is always beefy.
Tight formation for Midway. Man in motion, that's Mason. Reed rolling that way, throws it to the end zone, and it's picked off.
Crowded field, tough pass into very crowded defensive backfield. Huge interception by the big linebacker of Oliver Springs.
That's Javen Barger. And yeah, I'm not sure if he was trying to hit Pryor, and because it looked like Pryor slowed down. I don't know if he expected Pryor to keep going or if Pryor thought, hey, you need to get it to me right here. I'm not exactly sure, but that's a huge turnover for Oliver Springs with 4:04 left to go in this game, and that might put it on ice.
Huge turnover here at the absolute worst time. Oliver Springs coming up huge. And people don't realize the closer it gets to the end zone, the harder it is to complete passes.
Yeah.
It's crowded backfield.
So here is Googe on this Hammers first and 10. He's got forever.
Got a man.
Let's it go. That pass is incomplete. As going up for it was Barger. And Googe had forever.
Directing traffic. Throw it up. Very close to getting a penalty thrown there.
Second 10. The incompletion stops the clock. 3:55 left to go in this one. And Oliver Springs taking its time. Googe takes the snap, handoff. This one goes to Adkins. Adkins with a lot of running room this time. He's run down and brought down from behind by Braden Robinson, but not before a huge pickup, so that'll bring up a Hammers first and 10 to keep the sticks moving. Again, Midway with no timeouts in this one. Ball spotted at the 30.
Atkins, a talented junior for the Oliver Springs Bobcats, having himself a dandy football game here tonight. After about the first series or first play in the game, Midway has not came out of cover 3.
Now Gooch with 2 backs to either side. Ooh, a hard count. And Midway jumps.
You know, something that's aggravating to me is when you jump off sides, you know, you can get back across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, don't stop.
Don't stop and stand there and look around. Throw the flag, you know, let's get back across, showing effort. Because no offensive lineman moved in that situation. Until he touches the player, they can get back across the line of scrimmage to prevent the penalty. A lot of centers are taught when that happens in that situation, snap the football.
Clock running. Gooch will look at the back judge. Back judge looks at his watch, puts his hand up. Now here's a snap. This one goes to Mason Day. Day gets it up to about the 40-yard line, and that will be close to another Hammers first down. And it is a Hammers first down. So final score, Coalfield defeats Oneida 42-0.
Wow.
And Anderson County's a winner over Scott High 56-13. I wonder if that is close to maybe the biggest victory that Coalfield's had in that rivalry.
I bet you it is. I wonder how many people up on the reservation are calling Tony Lambert. You want to call some ruffles? Tony Lambert, current defensive coordinator at Anderson County. Timeout, Oliver Springs.
All right, this timeout brought to you by Patterson's Appliances, your small town appliance specialist with big box pricing and fully stocked warehouse.
Honey, they're back.
Come on. No. Get out of here. Get out of here. No more. Pat.
A professional grade lawn is going to attract attention. Simplicity Lawn Tractors.
Back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Aaron Harvey, James Gibson. Just trying to look at the history of that long Coalfield-Oneida rivalry. And that is, I can tell you, the biggest win Coalfield has ever had over Oneida.
That's a huge statement, guys. And I tell you, Oneida, that's not going to set well with that bunch.
Here is Mason Day with the handoff. Day picks up 2 yards. They'll bring up 2nd and 8.
Huge momentum for Coalfield, though, moving forward in the playoffs. Having one of the biggest blowout victories against one of your biggest rivals.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that sorry, I got a news flash on my phone. There's some bad news going on overseas. Yeah. I don't like seeing that.
That makes me think of Russia.
It's not.
Okay, good.
It's a storm in the Philippines.
Oof.
At least 47 dead.
Oof.
Gracious. Now, Oliver Springs able to run out the clock with that victory formation.
And a late penalty there. Looked like somebody from Midway kind of flew in there and made some unnecessary contact. Yeah.
Marker on the play. Personal foul against Midway.
Number 62 there.
And he got hit with the flag.
I mean, I didn't see nothing dirty there. I mean, he was just playing football. It's unnecessary.
Well, if you play through the echo of the whistle now, come on.
Well, I mean,
It was a lineman he did, not the quarterback.
yeah.
Yeah. And then he got hit with the flag.
Yeah. Inside. He knows he's on camera. Hey, Mom. As the time clicks out, guys, if you are in need of farm fresh meats, jellies, or jams, we have Elite Meat, USDA 21-day dry aged beef hamburger. We have a hamburger deal right now. Come to the grand opening November 1st, Tuesday. Ask for your hamburger. We'll get you took care of. CrookedForkFarms.com.
And that will do it. South of the river, Oneida falls at home 28-17. I'm sorry. I've got Oneida on my brain. It's Midway falls to Oliver Springs 28-17 on senior night. But I tell you what, this team doesn't have anything to be ashamed of.
No.
Coach Justin O'Toole, he's got a pretty good team moving forward.
Really talented and a very talented middle school group that we heard is playing for a state championship, which is, it's all good things. So O'Toole, who's been down here for many years as an assistant coach and has been under some pretty good head coaches here, has a good opportunity to have a lot of talent over the next few years if he wants to keep that head coaching position.
Yeah, so 28-17, and it's weird the way it happened. You had Coach Campbell who's going to come back and do this again, and then all of a sudden he wasn't.
I think Coach O'Toole's actually going to come up here.
Yeah, we'll have an
join you for the broadcast here and give the fans an opportunity to hear from the Midway head football coach.
So I looked it up. I know for certain, thanks to Greg Addington, the biggest win for Coalfield over Oneida was 41-6, and that was in 2011. So now with the 42-0 victory, Coalfield has its biggest win in the series ever.
It's a statement win by the Coalfield program led by Vincent Napier. Going to make a lot of noise in the playoffs this year, as will the Oliver Springs Bobcats. They're playing their best football right now, and Midway gave them a run for the money all the way to the very end. Oliver Springs had to work for it. So that tells you that this Midway Green Wave team is better than that 2-8 record is showing.
Yeah, they certainly are. You had a tie ball game against Harriman at the half. You led in the third quarter of that game and ended up getting blown out in the fourth quarter. You led Oakdale. You were shutting Oakdale out 14-0 at the start of that fourth quarter and ended up losing that one 24-0. So think about how much different this season looks.
Talking 4 swing games right there.
Yeah. This season looks a lot different for Midway if they're able to pull out just one of those games, but definitely 2 of those games.
Yeah, that's potential 6-game swing there. So you're talking about a 6-4 season instead of a run of 2 and whatever. So that's a big break for the Midway, but they've got a bright future ahead of them. You'll see them bouncing back in a major way next year and probably being one of the better teams in the region next year with all the talent that they have returning.
We got some inception stuff going on right now. I can see the back of my head looking at the back of my head. That's wow. Interesting.
With a delay too. Wow.
So going to try to get you some final scores, and if we can get some final scores, we can maybe fill in some brackets for you and let you know kind of where people are, where some of these teams are going to go. We can tell you that Oliver Springs is the number 2 seed in the region, and that would have happened anyway, regardless of the outcome of this game. And I think that also says something for Oliver Springs, because you know what? They came in this game, they knew they didn't have to win it. They could have coasted, and they didn't. They were aggressive all
right
night.
Off the rip.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 plays, one being a onside kick, and the next being a halfback pass touchdown. That's a heck of a starting 2 series there.
I think, last time I checked, Greenback was up on Oakdale. And if that plays true, I think Greenback gets a win against their first-round opponent, which would be Cosby, and then they would play Oliver Springs in the second round. And you've got, that's interesting, because Oliver Springs and Greenback hate each other. And so you would have a second-round playoff game between those 2 teams.
Wow. Here's your score update. Carter, 65, Fulton, 40, fourth quarter.
Gracious. See what else we got here. I love that you can have a week 11 where so much is on the line.
Oakdale still trailing 14-20 in the fourth quarter.
Ooh, so they're within 1 score there. That game was Oakdale, I believe it was 7-20. So, and it's been a 12-game season for us. And we want to say thank you to all of our sponsors. Chuck Fleischman, most of the replays. Hammers, taking care of our first downs. Patterson's Appliances, taking care of our timeouts. And then, of course, Elaine Walden of East Tennessee Properties sponsoring our pregame show. John Mark Wendell getting on late in the season, sponsoring halftime shows. And then, of course, the following: Oak Ridge Utility District, Evans Mortuary, Griffin Insurance, and City of Rockwood, Davis Funeral Home, Crooked Fork Farms, SL Bowman & Sons, Free Medical Clinic, Ray Varner Ford, Harriman Utility Board, Roan State Community College, Patterson Appliance, Kathy May Martin, Realtor, On-Site Care, Candace Templeton, City of Rockwood, Rockwood Gas Department, Sabre Beauchamp, MBM Heating and Air, Jason Stillner for Oliver Springs Mayor, Warren Gooch for City Council, Sean Gleason for City Council of Oak Ridge, Scott Burton for Clinton Mayor, Wendy Manus for Clinton City Council, David Queener for Clinton City Council, Charlie Hensley for Oak Ridge Council, Dudley Evans for Rockwood Mayor, John Reagan for State Representative, Attorney Daniel Forrester, and Heather Hartman for School Board. A special thank you to each school allowing us to broadcast this year. Thanks to all the athletic directors and coaches for trusting us to broadcast. And want to say thank you to the crew, which includes, of course, my guy here, James Hoot Gibson, Jonathan McGuffin on a camera, Chris Bricky, Chris Go Vols Bricky on a camera. Got to put that in there. Also, Trevor Bogard, Dustin King, and then back at Master Control, can't do it without Chandler Jones. We miss him here in the press box with us like he had been, but we're glad he's back taking care of things for us. And thank you for watching each broadcast. And that statement's true right there. Without you, there's no us.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that wouldn't be able to watch the game because there's just a lot of people that can't get out and attend these cold nights. So thank you to the sponsors that is able to participate and bring the game that a lot of these people want to see to their living rooms.
That's right. And a lot of games have gone final now. And, of course, they'll have a full rundown on the Free Medical Clinic Friday night scoreboard show, and I'm sure they will also have some playoff matchups for you. But how about this? Early in the fourth quarter, Gibbs leads over South Doyle 71
I've seen that.
to 35.
Gibbs going off.
Knox Halls ends up beating Heritage, just the Red Devils' second win of the year, and they beat Heritage 42-20. West, a winner over Central 44-3. Gatlinburg Pittman beats Pigeon Forge 21-20.
That's always a good game, a big rival game there.
Yeah, it is, and that was for playoff positioning too. So, big game there. Monterey defeats Wartburg 35-2, and York Institute looks like it's going to hold on and shut out Rockwood 32-0. So, yeah, York, pretty good team this year.
One of the larger 2A schools in that region.
Powell, again, we mentioned, defeats Lenoir City by a final score of 28-21. So Powell, the defending state champions, and what about Lenoir City?
Makes that Clinton win look a little bit better. Lenoir City was very tough this year and lost a lot of close ball games this year, so their record isn't, quite showing as good as they really were this year.
For sure. In the fourth quarter, Sweetwater leading over McMinn Central 24-17. And like I said, joined for the free medical clinic Friday night scoreboard show. Also, you know what? We might be back. We might be doing a playoff game or so. I know Tim Elrod, man, he's pushing for it. He wants us to do one. So we'll look at the matchups and we'll see what we think we can bring to you.
If you're out there, guys, and you want to sponsor something like that, give Brad a call. Yeah, these are expensive games. Yeah. Expensive games, guys. So we need the funding to cover it.
Yeah, and that's the important thing to it, because we do these regular season games, that's fine. But once you get into the playoffs, TSSAA wants their cut, as you can imagine. So, yeah. So
on top of giving each team $1,000, it's very, very expensive.
It is. So now this is Brad Jones. In case you've never seen him before, he is the owner. And you see all this computer equipment in front of you. Brad runs that the entire game. He doesn't get up until it's over. All that's got to be packed up. Brad takes care of all that. And so thank you, Brad, first off, for giving me the opportunity to be here, but also for everything you do, because that's a lot. If you just saw on the screen here, this is my guy, Coach James Hoot Gibson. And we've enjoyed being in the booth together for several years now.
Yeah, have a blast. It's always fun to see the development of all these schools around us.
And so that's how we're going to end this thing. So it's another regular season in the books as Oliver Springs defeats Midway. Final score 28-17 on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
You need a vehicle that works just as hard as you do. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we make those rugged everyday tasks a little easier so you can enjoy life in this pre-owned 2020 Honda CR-V Touring, $35,995. 2020 Ford F-150 Raptor, $74,550. 2020 Ford Expedition Max Limited 4x4, $44,490. Need car service? Visit our Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center today. Local you trust, pre-owned vehicles you can afford. Ray Varner Ford, your East Tennessee Ford dealership.
$1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Football is back, and OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense. Call OEB Law and turn your wreck into a check.